recording. It is the 27th of September, um, 2022. Not too far from October 2022. Uh, I got a lot of things on my mind. Blessing is that I'm still in the earth. Thank you. Happy belated birthday to Willie from Willie. No, that's a crazy thing, but hey, let's move on. Uh, got myself some Canadian Mist, and I'm slowly drinking that down. It ain't no big thing because I never was that great of a drinker. I had a little conversation, me on the listening end, from my sister, and she wants to duck out this responsibility because her and her boyfriend wanted it at first, probably even paid them some good money. Now, I don't really give a rat's ass, to be honest. But I also would have been nice to have been thought of to be included on things like the lease and to help out with mine. But I'm thinking of doing something totally different than leaving them high and dry. I really am. My nephew probably said it best when he came over for. He did a nice little trim job on the front. But the fun part is that I really wasn't thinking about I was trying to lay down, get some rest before I go to work at 3 that evening. Then he brought his little brother along who didn't want to work at all. Now, the joke is, why was I getting upset? So I explained it to her. And the fun part was to be vindicated after I explained it. He telling his brother all and what he's supposed to do and what he's not supposed to do. Because, hey, I am already dealing with a situation with my mom. I hate that she's, what is it? Slightly dementia. Would that be Alzheimer's? And the sad thing isn't that she don't have memories of things. She has them, but they're like locked in this mind of hers. And she'll talk about some things, but won't talk about anything. And it's slowly getting me down. I know it is. I'm tired. And I don't really want to deal with it. Not because I don't want to deal with it, but it seems like my love for her has turned like hatred. It seems like hatred. And when I say that, I'm either putting her in the bed roughly or I'm trying to pull her up. It's like this tough love. And my mother's always raised me like that. Yeah. Uh, so to answer my nephew, he says, "You got daddy issues." No, I got mommy and daddy issues. Daddy was so mean that mom pulled a rifle on his ass and he put me up in front of the barrel. So I got both issues. And I'm not trying to leave those issues at the doorstep of any other child ever again. If anything, I would probably say don't have the war pressed on to another generation. Now I don't know what to do as far as everything else. I need a job. And I listened to this dude called Jason White. And he's talking about services. And I would think about getting a good service and a product, but I do not in this time or any time ever want to deal with janitorial ever again. No, I don't. And nor do I want to put anybody in that situation. The only reason I did it because I was glorifying the Lord, and even then, it was like I could not stand the job. So, if I could do something other than janitorial now, that's like I'm trying to apply at my age to learn how to do sheet metal and riveting. And that's with Boeing. Or try and do something, what's welding, or to try and do something other. Learn how to fly. The idea is to gain money. That's really what it is. I had me an American Express card, did something foolish with that. Had First Premier not only once but twice, and now I'm pretty much in the same boat that I was before, trying to pay off bills and talk about collections and everything else. I would probably tell anybody, if a person offers you credit, look down the road 5 or 10 years. If you're going to use it for what you deem that you want to use it for, go ahead and use it and do it. But if you're going to slack and or do something and put it off, then don't do it. Don't do it at all, because it's a bother. It's a problem. It's a pain. Just as much as trying to tell a teenage kid that don't want to listen to you and always say why or you're lazy, and I'm thinking, when I was his age, I would be knocked the crap out of by older adults if I had said anything smart back to them. And I really would love the kids that grew up with me to really point and say amen to that. Because forget that you're artistic and forget that you have special needs. What happened to trying to train up a child? And in training up a child, sometimes discipline is the one thing you use. People don't care about your children just as much as you do. Matter of fact, if anything, a gangster gonna put a bullet in them just as well as a cop will. And trying to say, oh, my child doesn't do that. Yeah, your child has daddy as well as this child has daddy and mommy issues, just like his mother and just like his uncle and just like his brothers. I just happen to be honest enough to admit to mine. I sat here one day and kind of did a little recording of him acting out, but I didn't catch everything. One day I might be able to catch it and say, hey, this is your son on camera. You sure you don't want to tell somebody else that he has problems too? Okay, that's not really what I wanted to say either. Shoot. Like right now, part of this is what I've written down in a book. Pass it on to the nephews, the grandnephew, and the grandnieces and say, hey, do better than us. Do better than us. And when I say do better than us, I mean get your education to the fullest extent. I got a former co-worker who's slowly on YouTube, and she's both talking about foreign exchange as well as getting a house, which thankfully, Lord, that's good. I was never envious or jealous of her. I could have did better, like my mother told me in high school, but I never really thought about it. Hey, since they're both here, I can get ready and roll and give me wash my clothes. So that's what I'm finna do. Because right now I gotta get ready to go to work. I would like to go to work later on tonight. So let me go in there and grab the rest of my stuff. And I'm finna go because I ain't gonna be here today. Nope, not gonna be here. What did I want to say? Yeah, like I told the nephew about the lesson of the weed whacker that I bought, $75. Bought it up there at Walmart. I'm thinking of trimming stuff down. My baby sister come in there with her husband and both of them used it. And I was like, oh, okay. You can't even say that you want to even just say, toss a little money back and say, hey, we're going to borrow this. And you want to say, oh, nope. Now I don't even do anything like that. Oh, we're vengeful. No, I'm not vengeful. Because I could have taken the gas, lighter fluid and burnt them up. That thought still crosses my mind. But I don't want to go to jail. I have to be honest with that. I mean, I'll say it like this. If God doesn't allow them to be killed, I'm not worried about it. Or if God allows him to be killed, and it's not on my fingerprints or evidence is not there, good to go. Somebody will come back and say, oh, you said in the... Yeah, I said it, honest. But like I also told them, if I didn't come do it, then God allowed it to be done by somebody else's hand or some other circumstance. Oh well. What I'm finna get back to is writing. I haven't written any journal logs in a couple of days. And let me go in here and grab my stuff. Most of it's in there, and I don't like leaving my stuff with family anymore because the nephew can bother with stuff just as well as the grown-ups can. Talk to you later.